Welcome to the Forks Up. We are doing mixology class today, which is a great thing for you craft cocktailers. Many people are into craft cocktails, so you're going to be learning some great tips, and we hope you stay tuned. Hi, I'm Bradley Rakowski. We are here with Forks Up in my shop, Bradley's HG in Lansing's Old Town. And today we are here with Elena. Elena is operations manager with the Kellogg Center,
Yes.
the stateroom, which is in the Kellogg Center. And she is going to be doing some mixology for us today.
Yes. So, like Bradley said, my name's Elena. I'm the operations manager of the stateroom restaurant. I started there as a student supervisor 10 years ago and have worked my way up, and here we are. So at the stateroom, we do a few different services. So we do our a la carte dinner service Tuesday through Saturday, where we have all these craft cocktails available, one of which will be featuring today. We also have a full bar where we can make almost any cocktail that somebody would be looking for. We also offer a breakfast and lunch buffet service Monday through Friday, and that targets our students on campus. They can use their meal plan and come in for that. So we really try to reach the broader audience of MSU, both including our campus community as well as community partners in Lansing and beyond.
That's awesome. And if you've not been to the stateroom, it is a very beautiful restaurant. So I encourage you to check it out. And since we're talking about cocktails, I know a lot of people are very into craft cocktails. So it looks like a very interesting drink we're going to be making. So I'm really excited to hear about it.
Yes. So today the craft cocktail we'll be making is the Strawberry Fields cocktail, and we'll be making a mocktail version as well for anyone who's looking for a non-alcoholic option. This cocktail we're making is going to be really light, fruity, really great for summer and beyond.
Yeah, that sounds great. So what's the first step?
So before we get started, I just want to go through some of the tools we use behind the bar.
Great idea.
So that if you're at home, if you're wanting to get a home bar started, you kind of get an idea of what some of those tools might look like.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we have a couple of different shakers here today. There's a couple you can get at the store. So first you have a cobbler shaker. It's a multi-piece shaker, so it has the strainer built in the top. So really easy to shake. You can strain right from there. The one we'll be using today is the shaker here. It's a Boston shaker, so we're going to be using that with a pint glass or any glass that fits in the top. It's a two-piece, so as you shake it, you can strain it, and what that does is it helps it from getting too diluted if it gets built up here in the shaker. And then some of the other tools we use at the bar occasionally is a muddler, so if you're putting fresh fruit or other items that need to get processed into the cocktail, you can use a muddler. Also works great for old fashions if you're somebody who's really into whiskey and bourbons. We have a bar spoon. So if you're stirring a drink, you know, you've heard the phrase maybe shaken, not stirred in the James Bond movies. So stirring a cocktail versus shaking it, you're gonna really chill it without getting the extra pieces of ice in there.
Right, and the shaking is like the emulsification of the product.
Yes.
So there's times where you want to shake it and there's times you want to stir it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And
And these are great because I made drinks where you're got your little spoon in there and your hands are all soaking wet. So a bar spoon is always great to have.
exactly. And this one here has the spiral here. What that's good for is if you're making a cocktail that has a float, for example, it's going to allow the product to slowly go down the spoon and into your drink, which will create that separation. Whereas if you just pour it in there, it's likely going to mix up. So that's how you really get that separation. For example, if you make a New York sour with the red wine float or something like that.
Awesome, that's a great tip.
Yes. We also have a classic strainer, so that's something that you would use with this, or a shaker that doesn't have a built-in strainer to prevent the ice or other ingredients from getting into your drink. We also have a mesh strainer, so if you're making something that maybe has finer pieces in it, say you're emulsifying raspberries, you get those little seeds, and maybe this strainer here is not enough, you can strain over the mesh one to catch some of those extra pieces.
And it'll also catch a lot of the pulps and that kind of thing too.
Yes,
So,
exactly. So that your drink's not too heavy.
Right.
We have a zester and peeler here, so if you're making a twist as a garnish for a drink, and that can be helpful if you want to just add the oils over top, and it really gives you that aroma from the garnish. We have a juicer.
Yep.
At the stateroom, we do try to use all fresh ingredients, so we're never buying just concentrate to use in drinks. Every lemon juice, lime juice, all those things we use are freshly squeezed.
Yep.
So
And it makes a
our bartenders
huge
do
difference
that.
too.
It,
Yeah,
it does. If you've ever drank them side by side, it really does make quite the
Yes.
difference. We have a couple of different measuring jiggers. So one we like to use frequently is this one. It has all the different ounces through 2 ounces, a quarter up. Goes a long way, but we also traditionally, a lot of times you find in store
Yes.
these types of jiggers that have 2 different sides. So a lot of times they're half an ounce and 1.5, or a quarter and 1 3/4, almost always adding up to 2 ounces.
Right. Okay.
So today, for the cocktail we're making for the
Okay.
Strawberry Fields, we're going to be using our shaker here, and we're going to be using a strainer and a couple of these jiggers. And we'll move some of these here out of the way.
And just so everybody knows, these products are not from Bradley's HG, but we do sell a variety of barware. So we have lots of options on glasses and jiggers and different mechanics that you can get for your bar. So it's just a little tip
Yes,
for you.
awesome.
And I see we got Pimm's here. So Pimm's is a very delicious liqueur. It's from England. It's like a fruity citrus kind of gin. A lot of people don't know about that, but it's been around for probably over 100 years, isn't it? It's been around a long
It's been
time.
around for a while.
Yeah, it's really great with 7-Up. That's how I like it with ice. So yeah, it's really great for the summer.
Yes, and Pimm's is a gin-based liqueur, so the cocktail we're making is made with gin, so it's going to pair really nicely with this
Awesome, that
Tanqueray
sounds
Sevilla
great.
Orange,
Yes.
which also has some citrus notes as well, so
Correct.
those are going to play quite nicely together for our drink today.
Okay, so it looks like we got some homemade syrups here.
We do.
Awesome.
So
That is a great tip for craft cocktails, is your
Yes.
homemade syrups.
homemade is always best. So today we are going to be using a variety of syrups, and we'll talk about that here in a minute on what we'll be using.
Okay.
But there's a few different ways you can make syrups actually. So a lot of people are familiar with simple syrup, which is made with equal parts sugar and water,
Right.
boil it over the stove, and then chill it. And that's certainly a way you can infuse syrups here. So if you wanted to make a strawberry simple syrup, you could do the same thing: cup of sugar, cup of water, 2 cups of strawberries.
Yep.
So you have equal parts of the simple to the fruit. Boil it down for about 10 minutes and then strain it. You can certainly do that. Today, the process we'll actually be using is a maceration method.
Okay.
So we're kind of comparing it to if you have a dessert with cooked fruits in it versus fresh fruit on top, right? So if you have a cake with the berries cooked into it, they're going to have a bit of a different flavor than if they're right on
Absolutely.
top. They're a lot fresher. So the maceration method we use is we combined sugar,
Okay.
strawberries, and cucumbers, so a cup of each, and we let it sit for 12 hours overnight. So our bartenders will often prep it the night before for the next day.
Okay.
It starts to macerate. Once the sugar dissolves, you really get that syrup at the
Yeah.
bottom.
So it's like a strawberry shortcake recipe kind of.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So, and if you're making something at home where you want sugars and strawberries, you can always use leftover syrup in your
Yes.
cocktails.
Awesome.
So I actually did strain it this morning. So that's one of the syrups we're using today is a strawberry and cucumber syrup made from that maceration method.
Okay.
The second ingredient that we're using right here is called aquafaba. So in a traditional sour cocktail, to make it foam, you're going to use egg whites.
Okay.
Aquafaba is actually an egg white substitute so that you can keep your recipe vegan.
Okay.
So that's what we use in the restaurant so that all of our drinks are vegan friendly. It comes from chickpeas. So if
Okay,
you have a can of
interesting.
chickpeas, you can strain them out and then just
Exactly.
use the leftover juices to
There
make
you go.
aquafaba. And then what we do, because we don't want to waste anything, is we give the chickpeas to our kitchen team.
Okay.
And our chefs will roast them. It makes a good little bar snack with some seasoning
I thought they were
to have on the
peanuts, so they
side.
look great,
Yeah,
so-
they're the roasted chickpeas, and
Okay,
then
awesome.
we also use them on salads in the restaurant as
Okay,
well.
that's
So
great.
partnership between our team, kitchen team,
Yep.
and making sure we're not wasteful.
Yeah, I love that. Using
Yes.
everything you have. That's
Exactly. And then we have fresh squeezed lemon juice, of course, the Pimm's, and then the Tanqueray that
Okay.
we talked about.
All right, so let's get started. So what do you need my help with? Is there anything I can do? Do you need anything muddled? I'm a good muddler.
I don't actually, but if you want to get some ice, we're going to use the snifter glass first. So if you want to add some ice to the snifter here.
Ice, okay, you got it.
Perfect. So we'll get that one ready.
Okay.
And then we are going to add into here. So we're actually going to dry shake it first to activate that aquafaba. So which means we're going to shake it without the ice.
Okay.
So in this cocktail, we are going to use about 1 3/4 ounces of this Tanqueray.
And this is the orange Tanqueray.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So the classic London dry, but then with some hints of citrus.
Okay, awesome.
And orange blossom.
So this sounds like a really great drink for the summer with all the fresh fruits and all the citrus, the Pimm's.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds great. So
Yeah, really garden fresh.
Yeah.
Is what we were going for.
And then earlier you told me that the strawberries were actually grown by students on
Yeah,
campus.
so these ones in particular were not, unfortunately, but our student organic farm does grow them,
That's
and they grow
awesome,
cucumbers
yeah.
as well. So as they become fresh, we
it.
often use those. We work a close partnership with the student organic farm.
That's great.
So as we get those ingredients, we like to use the fresh ones that come through our doors.
That's great.
Yes.
And you know, if you grow cucumbers at home, usually you have way too many and you don't know what to do with them. Well, now you can make cocktails. So that's really
Exactly.
awesome. I love it.
Yes. So we added 1/4 ounce of the Pimm's.
Okay.
We're gonna do 3/4 of the lemon juice.
Okay.
And then 3/4 ounces of the strawberry.
So the strawberry is more of a hint. It's not super strawberry forward, right?
Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
got
It comes through, but it's not overly sweet.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add just 1/4 ounce of the aquafaba. It is flavorless, but we don't want.
Is it more about
anything
texture?
extra. Yes, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
add, you'll see it'll add a little bit of a foam
Okay.
to our drink here.
That's really interesting.
Yes. So
I've heard of that as an alternative for egg white, but
Yes.
I've never heard of it in a drink before, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure this is tight on here.
Yep.
And again, we're gonna dry shake it, so without the ice first for a few seconds here. You wanna make sure you shake it really vigorously to really get that foam activated.
And the emulsification to make sure all your ingredients are
Yeah,
mixed.
so they all come together. And if it gets stuck, you can
Just
just lightly
tap
tap it on the counter.
A light tap, not
Light tap.
Yeah, light
We
tap.
don't wanna break any glasses. And then we're gonna add our ice in here,
That's to cool it down, correct?
just to chill it, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Reseal that again. And again, shake it pretty vigorously. Make sure
It's a
that's
nice
chilled.
sound.
It is. Do our light tap.
Okay. And then your
And then
strainer.
we're gonna use our
Yep.
strainer to make sure that we catch all those pieces of ice. And then we're gonna add it.
It's a very interesting color. It almost looks like a grapefruit.
Yes. So you can add it to our cocktail here. You can kind of see that foam on
That's-
top
yeah, that's
caused by the
beautiful.
aquafaba. So same effect you're gonna get if you do it with egg white. If you prefer, you can add a little bit more ice, top it
Okay.
off. And there we are.
That's beautiful. So the great
Yes.
thing is you're also showing us
I
how to do
also
a mocktail.
have a mocktail option. Yes, so
And so many people are really into the mocktails for a lot of various different reasons.
Absolutely.
Slowing down their drinking, or maybe there's women that are pregnant, or people that are diabetic, or
Sure,
there's
for any
multiple
reason.
reasons. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So mocktails are on the rise. So
They
it's
certainly
great.
are, and we've
Yeah.
seen a rise in them in the restaurant as
Yeah.
well.
Yep. So that's really
So-
great to have that option. So
Absolutely. All right, so if you want to add ice to my
sure, yeah.
glass there, and then we're going to do a similar thing here where we're going to dry shake it first. So we'll do our 1/4 ounce of the aquafaba,
Okay.
and then we are going to do an ounce of our strawberry concentrate.
So a little more strawberry in this.
A little
one.
bit more. So this
Okay.
one's going to be a bit more fruit
A little more
forward.
okay, that sounds great.
But if you wanted something a little lighter that's not so juice heavy, you could always do the syrup and lemon with soda or
Got
something
it.
like that to make a really light cocktail.
And there's a difference between non-alcoholic and a mocktail. A mocktail
Right.
is more what we're doing here, where it's more
Or
of a
craft.
mixed, crafted, whereas non-alcoholic is where you just put some ingredients in a glass and it doesn't contain alcohol.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. And we're going to do an ounce of the lemon, so equal parts of the lemon
Okay.
and the syrup. And then we're going to actually add a little orange juice to
Okay.
this one so that
Sure.
you still get that citrus flavor.
Yeah.
And we're going to do 1.5 of that. So
Okay.
again, a bit more juice forward on this
Yep.
one. But if you wanted to do lighter and add soda, you could certainly do that
Okay.
as well.
And remember, if you're doing a cocktail with champagne or soda, do not shake it because you will explode. So that is usually where you add it and then you stir it in at the end.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people.
I would not shake the.
And I did that this weekend, and I know better. I did one with champagne, and it just went everywhere. And I was like, Bradley, what are you doing? You know better.
Sometimes you're just not thinking.
Yeah, I know. I was in a rush. So.
Well, you just had to have that cocktail.
I know.
Yes, and then so we just dry shaped that.
Yep.
We're gonna add some ice to chill it down.
Okay.
Shake it one more time.
Sounds good. I can smell it already.
I know, the
It smells
fresh
really
fruit.
good. Yeah, it's great.
All right. And we'll use our fresh strainer
Yep.
and strain it over our Collins glass here.
It looks almost identical.
Yeah, so definitely still a fun drink if
Yeah.
you're looking for something light.
Yeah.
And then the only thing we have left to do for these is a bit of a garnish.
Yeah,
So-
and never be out garnished. Always make sure you have your garnish on your craft
Yes.
cocktail. It does make such a big difference. It adds flavor, it adds interest, it adds that aroma, which is part of a craft cocktail. So it's not
Absolutely.
just the drinking, but it's also the scent of it. So yes, super important.
Yes. So when we're making or coming up with garnishes at the stateroom, we want to make sure that they're useful garnishes, so either edible or
Yes.
give you an aroma. And so with these ones, we go in with edible.
Okay.
So we're just going to garnish them with a strawberry and a cucumber,
Awesome.
so that you can eat those alongside.
Yeah.
And they match really well. So with either one, you can do that. Another thing you could do, if you wanted to go a little different, is do an orange twist, again, to
Sure,
release those
yeah,
oils
yeah.
and emphasize
And
those
then just use your
aromas.
peeler. Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you so very much for being here today, and looking forward to seeing you at the stateroom.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for
you.
having
Yeah.
me.
So hi, today we are here at Bradley's HG, and we have Christy, who is the assistant manager from Westland's Apple Market in Lansing. So welcome in.
Thank you.
So what people probably don't know is what a great grocery store Westland Apple Market is. And it's right there, convenient, big parking lot, and you have so many products in your store from cosmetics and food and produce and meat. But we're gonna be talking about like your beer and wine. So what can you tell me about your products that you carry?
We carry so many products from all over Michigan, as well as, you know, some brands that aren't so local.
Okay.
But we specialize in a lot of our local breweries and wineries.
Good to know.
So for a while we had the Bergdorf's winery wine.
Oh, yeah,
which,
yeah.
Yep. So now we've got Grand Traverse.
Okay.
We also have just as far as our craft beer selection goes, we've got the Bells, the Founders, that Petoskey Brewing Company, just so many different varieties. And we love having, the best selection in town. We kind of cater to that area. So, and we're always taking requests.
Okay,
And
that's good to
always
know.
looking to bring in new things depending on what's trending.
Right.
So if anyone wants to come in and check it out, we really do. We have a really great selection.
Yeah, you do. So from beer, wine, and liquor, they've got it all. And like they said, if you need to get something special ordered, they will do that for you. So go on in and see them at Westland Apple Market in Lansing. Thanks for watching. Hi, so we are here with Chef Rob, and he is with Kellogg Events. So welcome in, and I have a couple things to ask you. So first of all, what would we expect on the menu at Kellogg Events?
So because we serve such a diverse population, we like to have a wide array of foods on the menu that are approachable to a large audience of guests.
So a little bit of everything for everybody.
A little bit of everything for everybody, making sure that we cater to folks' dietary preferences or restrictions. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. And then tell me, why do people come back to Kellogg Events to hold their event?
We have our fair share of one and done. You know, we can only do your funeral one time, your wedding hopefully only once, you know, but the corporate events, the other annual social events that continue to come back every year, we like to think they come back for the great service, the great food.
Great food.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then, so how often does your menu change?
The menu changes annually.
Okay, annually.
However, we do, and we love doing, custom menus. So depending on your group, depending on what's going on, we're able to customize our offerings to best suit your event and your
Okay.
experience.
And you guys offer local ingredients?
We love local.
Yeah.
So born and raised Michigan, so I can't say enough good things about Michigan. We have a crazy bounty that comes out of the state, whether it be things that we grow, things that we raise, just things that we produce. Michigan's got it, and we love to utilize that as much as we can in a sustainable way.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. So visit Kellogg Events. Hi, we are here at Bradley's HG in Old Town Lansing, and we are with Food and Beverage Director Regina from Bradley's HG. And we are talking about mixology today. So welcome in.
Yeah, thanks.
So mixology, that's another one of your cooking classes, although it's like making drinks. So,
Right. We call it casual mixology.
Okay.
You know, it's very like beginner level mixology. We do all mocktails, but I offer spirit pairings in the class. Everyone participates, so we make about 4 to 5 different drinks together. Super fun. We have a variety of barware as well as cordials, bitters, accoutrements for your drinks, cocktail books,
So it's like-
glassware.
So it's like a one-stop shop. So you come in, you learn how to make a mocktail. And
Right.
there is a difference between a mocktail and a non-alcoholic drink. A non-alcoholic drink has no alcohol in it. A mocktail has no alcohol, but it's curated, it's mixed, it's
Complex,
right.
a little
it's
bit more complex.
Right.
yes.
Okay. So it's like you're drinking a cocktail.
Right, right.
And then
right.
you tell people, like, if you make a mocktail, well, this would go really great with vodka.
Right,
and
spirit
then-
pairings,
Got
sure,
it. Okay.
sure.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And then you said you have all these things in the store as well, so you can come in,
Right.
you can make these drinks, have fun, and then you can also buy like your mixers and your barware stuff
Right, right.
here.
We have an amazing selection of cordials, bitters, as well as just barware. It's excellent, excellent selection.
So that's great, because then it's like you're not running around the city looking for things. You just come here,
Right.
you take your class, and then you can walk away with it.
Right, yep.
So very
That's right.
awesome. So come on in and see Regina. Hi, we are here with Leon from Pretoria Homes. He is the owner, and we're going to be talking about flooring.
All right,
Welcome in.
thank you.
So a couple questions on flooring. So when you're talking flooring for the kitchen, what matters most in a kitchen floor?
Well, first off, the one thing to consider while choosing a kitchen floor is you have to keep in mind a kitchen floor takes a beating. I mean, you have spills, you have dropped pans, and all kinds of stuff. So when choosing a floor, you have to make sure that you're going with something that's durable, preferably water resistant, and something that's low maintenance.
Okay.
Yep.
So durability and low maintenance, those
Yes.
are key. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, what are the top options for flooring?
The top options would be tile, whether that would be ceramic or porcelain. You have vinyl, that can be a plank or a sheet vinyl, or you can go with hardwood, but we typically don't recommend hardwood because over time you can get water damaged and
Okay.
things like that.
Okay. So I'm taking from this that tile is best, whether it's ceramic or stone or some kind of vinyl.
Yes.
Okay. Versus wood. Okay.
Yep. And then it's also water resistant or waterproof.
Got it. Okay. And so what else should you consider when you're putting in a new kitchen flooring?
You should also consider safety. You don't want anything that's going to be slippery. And again, like I said, you want something that's durable because kitchens it's high traffic area,
Right.
and then it gets water all over the place.
High
you know,
mess.
high mess and things
So
like
you
that.
want something that's safe, not slippery, and
Yep.
you also want probably something that's easy maintenance.
Exactly.
So again, the
Exactly.
tiles are really good for that. Okay. That's good to know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
We are here with Lindsay. She is with the Michigan Beef Industry Commission, and she is going to show us how to spice up our burger using a pretzel bun. So welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me, Bradley. Yeah, pretzel buns are a great way to elevate your burger at home, and they're easy to make. Just need a few simple ingredients. So you'll need a packet of active yeast, warm water, salt, brown sugar, flour, butter, and then you'll also need egg and baking soda for the final piece of it. So you're gonna add the warm water and yeast to a bowl, mix that together really well. Then you're gonna add in your other ingredients, your flour, your butter, your brown sugar, and that's gonna form your dough.
And I'm surprised that you use brown sugar, let alone sugar at all. I
Right.
never knew there was sugar in.
There's not much, but I do think it adds a little bit of sweetness to those
Okay,
pretzel buns.
got it.
So, and then you're gonna make your dough. That's gonna set aside and rise for about 30 minutes. And then you're gonna make about 2-inch balls with your dough. Those are gonna be your buns. And then the final piece of it is to give it that good pretzel flavor is to make a baking soda bath. Drop those dough balls into the baking soda bath for about 30 seconds. And again, that's gonna give you that real pretzel flavor.
And is that after they're baked?
Nope, that's prior to baking.
Prior to baking, okay.
Yeah, so then you're gonna put them on a baking dish, use an egg wash. So brush on some egg, add some
Salt?
Salt, of course, salt works great. And then you're gonna bake them in the oven.
And then how do you get your shape of your pretzel bun? Do you is it just a ball and you bake it, or is
Yep,
there anything you do?
as it bakes, it kind of makes that bun shape because the bottom will flatten out, and then you'll just slice it, drop on your burger, and then you can also elevate it with some great toppings. Cheese is always a classic burger topping, right?
Yep, mustard, stone ground mustard.
Yep, avocado, things like that are great ways to elevate.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys learned something. So we're back, and we're here with Elena, and we made these amazing cocktails. We just showed you about garnishing them, and so we're just going to talk a little bit more about the drinks. Like, what would they pair nicely with in the Kellogg Center at the stateroom on the menu?
Absolutely. So given that these are really fresh cocktails, you're going to want to pair them with something lighter.
Okay.
So we have on our menu right now, we have a roasted beet salad that you could pair with them.
Nice.
That's really light and nice for summer.
Sure.
And we also have a few other salads with chicken. You know, you can, if you wanted to add a protein, certainly adding grilled chicken. We have a grilled chicken on the menu.
Okay.
Or even a fish.
Yeah, I was
entree.
going to say about a fish drink or a fish dish would be really nice with this, with the
Yes.
citrus and yeah.
Yes, and we have a rainbow trout on the menu. So
Oh, that sounds
be
that
excellent
sounds
with
delicious. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you didn't want to garnish with these two garnishes, what other garnishes might you do outside of the orange? Could you maybe do like a lemon wheel, or maybe maybe even like a cucumber spear or something like that?
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely.
yeah.
So you could certainly, cut a lemon. You could do a wheel, or because there is lemon juice in there, so you're still referencing something in the
Right.
drink. Something else that we like to do when we're using cucumber is make a ribbon.
Sure.
So if you just use a peeler that you have in your kitchen, whether to peel potatoes or whatever, you can just wipe that down. It'll do a peel there, and then you just curl it up
Awesome.
right on one of these, and it makes a fun little garnish as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Elena. Again, you can see Elena at the Kellogg Center at the stateroom. And again, I'm Bradley's with Bradley's HG right here in Lansing's Old Town. Thanks so much for watching.